Well, we'd like to officially welcome everyone to tonight's program. Of course, we are 5 or so minutes late, and that is due to the fact that we were waiting for the dashboard. And of course, we are also concluding some information that we just wanted to verify some information before we come on. It's sometimes very hectic, when there are things just coming at you right before you go on. And of course, we don't give stale information, so we want to make sure that we address it as early as possible. Timeliness is important, all right, in terms of relevance. So let's say again, well, we hope that you had a great weekend. Well, it was a little wet, wetter than some people would have liked it, but wet nonetheless. Some people, for me, it was cool. It was all right, you know what I mean? So I hope that you had a good weekend. A lot of things happened. We had accidents, we have COVID-19 and all of that to deal with. We're going to talk about that. I think it's a good time now to get into our headlines and see what we're going to be talking about tonight. Well, 5 new cases of COVID-19 in Grenada, taking the total active cases to 44. And guess what? There are more cases expected according to the health ministry. Now, the RGPF records their first COVID-19 case as well. New guidelines for visiting hospitals in Grenada, we'll tell you about that. And the RGPF refutes viral voice note. We'll talk about that. And U.S. grants Pfizer COVID vaccine full approval. That too we will talk about as Grenada rolls out its Pfizer administration program as of today. So we have a lot to talk about. Of course, they're starting with 12 and over. We'll talk about that too. So we're taking a first break and come back. We got to remind you that the headlines is brought to you through the kind compliments of the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Quartz Grenada Limited, Digicel Nawasa. Of course, we also have on board with us superb distributors, Real Value IGA Supermarket. We'll say hello to you as well. Although don't message me on the program. So folks, we're taking a break and come back. Yeah, and when we come back, it could be real news in all the don't mind me. The hair go kind of ruffle for the next 2 or so weeks. We don't know for how long, because your boy ain't gonna sit down and no chair. You understand? But I like to support my hairdresser, so maybe I'll just give her the money and say, well, I'll get the hairdress in another time. Yeah, I mean, but for now, I am not. So I'm sorry. Maybe I'll just put a little lock something for the time. Anyway, so we're taking a break and come back. And of course, someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credit. Compliments, Digicel. We will be back.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Let's get tough on breeder larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all the people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all the families, don't steal produce from your brother. Then you sell it to traffickers, hotels and street vendors. Nah man, let's do all we can to stop breeder larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report breeder larceny, call 300.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
After being locked down during the pandemic, Get ready for summer with Rika. Live this summer with Rika's Summer in Every Drop promotion. Buy any Rika combo of 6 200ml, 4 330ml, or 3 1-liter Rika juices and get a chance to win. Win Apple AirPods, plunge pools, beach dress with umbrellas, barbecue grill set, gamer set, and weekly pop-up giveaways. With Rika, there's summer in every drop. Promotion ends August 31st. Tickets available at all leading retailers island-wide. Rika, distributed by Superb Distributors Inc., Tempe, St. George's.
Make this Carnival Tabanco sale a special one at Spice Isle Jewelry. Get up to 40% off our collection of silver and gold jewelry with purchases above $115. Visit our 2 locations on Grenville Street, St. George's and the Spiceland Mall Grand Dance and see our fine selection of traditional West Indian bangles, necklaces and earrings, rings and our unique handmade pieces. Step into Spice Isle Jewelry and shop in air-conditioned comfort with friendly, helpful and courteous staff. We also pay the most for scrap gold. Our repair service is second to none. Treat yourself or even someone special with something special from Spice Isle Jewelry. Call us on 440-3155 or 440-6648. Sale ends August 31st.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Well, again, welcome to another Mikey Live program. And how are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Is everything okay with you? You know, there are little things that you can do sometimes to realize whether or not you're okay. I have my name on my t-shirt. If you're seeing it back in front, that means you need to see the doctor. It means that you're, you know. Okay, let's get serious. Right. I know that some places in the US, New Jersey and so on, they were dealing with that like a hurricane and thing last night. I hope that's sorted out and things like that. So now the first thing that we have to tell, you know, we like to tell you like jokes. Don't mind me. So let's get into what's making the news. So before we get into the hardcore news, we have a few notices to tell you about. Let's get that out of the way. First thing that we need to tell you is that there are some areas that will be affected by planned outages. We're talking about electricity outages, and Grenlec said that they'd like to apologize for that, but these outages are part of their ongoing maintenance program. And this program, they say, that allows Grenlec to maintain reliability, power quality and safety to by continuously doing these repairs and upgrades to the lines, the poles, and the infrastructure. And so, what today is the 23rd? So for example, tomorrow, Tuesday, Ford, St. Andrew will be affected from 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. As well, Pearls in St. Andrew, 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. And Dunfermline is going to be affected as well, 8:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. On Wednesday, Livera, St. Patrick, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Cook Hill Road, St. Andrew, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. And then we have Maribo, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then there's PT Carenage, Carrier Coup, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Then on Thursday, Bolio in St. George, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. And then on Friday of this week, we've got Hermitage in St. Patrick, 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then there's New Hampshire, St. George, 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then we have Lower Capital, St. Andrew, 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Again, Grenada say that they'd like to apologize for any inconveniences that is caused as a result of these outages. But they say they need to do the business. And of course, the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development, Religious Affairs and Information informs the public that the examinations unit will be closed from Tuesday, August 24th to Monday, August 30th, 2021. And they say that that is to facilitate infrastructural repairs. Now, the office is scheduled to reopen on Tuesday, August 31st, and that's based on the pre-established plans. For urgent queries, officers of the unit can be reached at the following email addresses: dceoexams@moe.gov.gd and measurementunitgnd@gmail.com. All right, and they say that they'd like to thank you for your understanding and cooperation in this regard. Right, now on Thursday, 19th August 2021, an Imani trainee attached to the Western Division of the Royal Grenada Police Force started exhibiting symptoms, right? Symptoms similar to that of COVID. Now, according to the police, as a result of this, she was tested by health officials and ordered into quarantine. The division also commenced its response mechanism to curtail the unfolding situation. Now, they're saying that on Saturday, 21st August 2021, confirmation was received from the Ministry of Health on her positive status. Therefore, several persons with whom she was in contact with were ordered to isolate, and officials are presently conducting rigorous additional tracing, they say, to address this new development. All right, and we're going to talk more about that in a moment. Now, speaking of new development, we've just received about a few minutes, and that's why I was putting it together. That's why we were a little late as well. The new dashboard from the Ministry of Health that shows that there are now 5 new COVID-19 cases as of now. All right. Now, that means that there's a total of 44 active cases of COVID-19 in Grenada. Now, here's your breakdown. Since our first case, Grenada has recorded 230 cases of COVID-19. Imported cases, 115. And the total recovered cases stands at 185. Now, we told you the active cases are 44. Active imported cases are 7. Right? And active import-related cases are, well, it's just 1. And active local cases, 36. That's right, local cases. So we see that the local cases are outnumbering the imported cases. That's 1. Number of cases currently in hospital. According to this, no one is in hospital. All right. And that's contrary to some other people who are reporting that there are 4 people in isolation and all of that. According to this is saying that there's no one, in hospital. No one is hospitalized at this point. All right. Cumulative hospitalized cases from since the first case or the first hospitalization, it stands at 9. All right. Persons in isolation stands at 44. And the total amount of persons in quarantine facilities, 662. As it relates to the PCR tests conducted so far, 55,297, and the number of persons vaccinated with the first dose of the vaccine, 22,714. Number of persons vaccinated with the second dose is 18,042. And so that is our current status as it relates to COVID-19 here in Grenada. Now, there are new guidelines when visiting the general hospital. You didn't know? Well, yes. And they're saying that it is with immediate effect. The Ministry of Health will implement the same measures at the general hospital, and they're saying that these measures are to minimize the possibility, they say, of transmission of the COVID-19. Or all persons entering the hospital grounds will be stopped at the security checkpoint located at the entrance. Here's Dr. Donald, responsible for the hospital services and so on, and she was on a program this morning speaking of some of those changes.
So first of all, we want to remind persons that accident and emergency is for accidents and emergencies. So whereas traditionally we would have been having a lot of persons coming with conditions that could have been seen by the physician at the clinic or the private physician, a lot of persons will come into A&E for that purpose. However, right now, in light of the outbreak that we're having, persons come into accident and emergency, and clustering the place, having a lot of persons in the waiting area is a risk because, of course, remember, 80% or more of COVID-19 patients are actually asymptomatic. So you could be in a waiting area, sitting there with someone who's next to you, and they may very well be COVID-19 positive. So for accident and emergency, the protocol now is this. 1, persons coming to accident and emergency must come, once they're 18 and over, they need to come by themselves, except that they need assistance. So persons who are, with a disability or, challenged in some way that would need assistance, they are allowed to have one person with them. Again, traditionally, persons would come their entire family, mommy, daddy, auntie, because everybody's concerned about the person who is sick. But right now, we're trying to protect you as well as protect the other persons in the sitting area. So we want persons to understand, 18 and over, you try to come by yourself. The person who is coming with you will have to wait in their car or wait on the outside of the hospital compound, and when they're ready, you give a call and they will come to pick you up. Persons 18 and under are allowed to have one person with them, right? Because of course those are, the majority would be children and the late teens. So you're allowed to have one person with you. So we are not allowing at this moment persons to come with 2, 3, 4 persons to one visit.
All right, patients will be allowed one visitor per day, and the individual must be a next of kin. And then again, children will not be allowed to visit the patients on the ward. Neither will they be allowed on the compound unless they are being admitted or coming to the outpatient department or accident and emergency. Visitors are required to wear face masks at all times and to sanitize as directed at the wash stations. All right, there's a lot more. No more than 6 visitors will be allowed on a ward at any given time. Again, no more than 6 visitors will be allowed on a ward at one time. All right, and items can be dropped off properly marked and secured for patients on the respective wards between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. only. Security will deliver items to the wards. All right, good. Now, Olia, we are moving on. So, what's breaking the internet? A voice note that started circulating last evening that resembles that was said to be that of the Superintendent of Police, Vonnie Cohen, who is in charge of the Community Relations Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force. This is what it sounded like.
Okay, guys, listen up. I want everybody to listen to me and please take heed to what I am going to say. As the contact tracing continues, Grenada is compromised. We have a lot of cases. They're happening as we speak. A number of police officers and the families are coming down with this thing. Guys, please, those of you who are not vaccinated, those of us who are not vaccinated, please wear your mask, avoid crowd. This is getting nasty. We have an emergency meeting that's going to happen in a while. We do not know how we're going to face this because we do not have the infrastructure.
Well, I guess what we can stop it there because a lot of people, I don't know if there's, unless you're living below a rock, I don't think there's anyone who hasn't heard this famous voice recording. Started circulating about after 5-ish yesterday, and before you know it, this was like wildfire all over the place. Now, the man who is believed to be in this particular voice note, Superintendent Vonnie Cohen, has denied this, saying that this is not his voice. Whoever did it probably did a really good job, but that is not his voice. So he went around on all radio and TV stations and so on, and TV programs going, you know, come on, Mikey live, why is that one dog? And I mean, that nobody. Anyway, what I'm saying is, well, I realize, you know, I mean, if it didn't happen on Mikey Live, it didn't happen. But with that being said, nice small thing. He made several visits. First, there was an early program on WeFM where he appeared and a caller, very popular individual, asked about the authenticity of the recording. And of course, he categorically denied.
Caller, good morning. Hello. Hey, morning, Shaggy. How are you? Gabriel here. Now, I normally do some fact checking. I've been doing that since March last year on different things. And the voice note did come across. It was sent to me for fact checking. I hear the superintendent. He's somebody I admire greatly. But I just need for him to say whether or not it really was from him, because he hasn't said that. What he said is he put out factual information or so, but he hasn't denied the voice note coming from him. And in fact, checking the authenticity of the information is what we normally go by, being able to verify or not. And if we can't, we discard. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, caller. I categorically deny that this information came from me. And as I indicated before, from what I know, the contents of this information is not factual, in that some of the things it alluded to is things that I know to be incorrect. For instance, the aspersion that was made about what's happening in the police force. As I indicated, we have only one case in the police force. It's not widespread in the police force. So yes, caller, I want to categorically deny that voice note came from me. Shaggy, I heard it myself, and I had to convince myself that is not me. Honestly, the contents of it, not contents, but the intonation, the voice, because I have a distinctive voice. I mean, people could just hear me speak and people just want me out. And I had to listen to it several times to even convince myself that it's not me. So, caller, yes, I categorically deny.
Okay, no problem. And then there was another program that he appeared on and denied it again. This time it was on, what's the name of the program, boy? That was on the JS this morning. Was it you?
No, categorically not. It was not me. In fact, last night at around 4 o'clock, I went to fish. And sometime in the afternoon, I got a call from a neighbor. I think it was around after 5 minutes or 6 thereabout, asking me about that voice note. So as usual, I was like, what voice note are you talking about? And then my boss called, commissioner called me, and then was speaking of the same voice note as well. So that just deterred me from fishing, and I started to focus. And I had perhaps in excess of perhaps 50 calls of people trying to figure out if this is true, if this is you. So let me talk about the contents of the voice note, having debunked the fact that that is not me. The information in the voice note, as far as I know, is not factual. And why do I say that? You get the sense, listen to the voice note, that there are a number of COVID cases in the RGPF. That is not factual. In fact, only yesterday we were able to confirm that we've had our first COVID-related case within the force. And we put out a official response, to that, and that is the state of COVID within the RGPF. Yes, there are heightened tension among police stations, among police officers. Number of persons were tested, either were advised to test or voluntarily tested because of that, and that is the state of what is happening in the RGPF. There is no widespread COVID-related issues in the RGPF. That's one. Secondly, I don't speak for the government. I have nothing at all to do with government and government information. I've been the public relations officer for the police force for the last almost 2-3 years now. And during the COVID period, I have been providing information to the public as it relates to the regulations. You know, the curfew, the wearing of the mask, and those issues. I do not know COVID number. I am not privy to COVID number. I do not sit on the COVID committee. I do not receive any information from the COVID committee. I get my information on COVID. Everybody else gets it.
From Mikey Live, and I mean, you can see that. So, so there's a further question now. Okay, so the question is, so what happens next?
But the reputation of myself and the RGPF is at stake, and this is going to be investigated. I don't know. I don't have all of the answers as to how it's going to be done because that's not my forte, but I'm sure it's going to be investigated to perhaps narrow down the source of it, where it is coming from. And I'm sure at some point the DPP, if presented with the facts of that, will determine if there will be charges and what charges there will be for those who might be responsible and involved.
All right. Okay. Right. And so the RGPF, they put out a press release yesterday. It says that the Royal Grenada Police Force hereby advises against the information circulating in a voice recording purporting the voice of Superintendent Varney Cohen with several negative connotations and misleading information. The RGPF is presently investigating the circumstances that led to this very unfortunate occurrence and encourage the public to desist from transmitting this recording. Further, the public is hereby reminded that they only should share or source information relative to Grenada's COVID-19 situation from the Ministry of Health or Government Information Service platform. So, all right, so I'll throw in shade here now. Take all the time. Take all the time. So, anyway, that's the situation. That's so according to the police, it's an active investigation going on to ascertain the source of the recording to determine what's going on. What I mean, needless to say, that there are many people in believing that it is him, as there are people believing that is not him. Of course, I guess the investigation will reveal exactly what the detector says. Yes, and of course we go lead up peace day, and you know, and move on. Hopefully we'll hear more about that soon. I know there was supposed to be a press conference. I think I don't know what it didn't happen again, so maybe it's gonna be happening sometime later or something like that. But you know, your boy will be there. Your boy must make a presence, an appearance, and I mean, yeah, boy, Jano. Never a dull moment in the Tri-Island state. Grenada, Carriacou, Pidi, Martin, and Guave. Speaking of Guave, there are some clusters that the Ministry of Health are looking into, particularly Guave St. John, St. George Northeast and Northwest, that's like Willis area up there, and Happy Hill area, St. Mark, Victoria, and they are saying that there are some cases that are popping up in St. Andrew as well. Yeah, they are still calling it clusters, but maybe soon we'll hear an actual declaration based on the contact tracing that there might be community spread of COVID-19, and whether or not it's the original Alpha or Delta variant that is circulating amongst our community. All right, and I think it's important at this stage that we are very careful and assume that everyone who's in the room with us are positive. It's an assumption, yes, to help us or to remind us of the need to protect ourselves. Wearing off your mask, sanitizing and washing your hands as often as possible, and remaining as far away from persons as possible. 6 feet is okay, but if you could keep it a little farther, then that's okay as well. Good. Today, the Ministry of Health, they started administering the P-jab, the Pfizer jab, all right? And they're saying that they are the preference is given to persons 12 years, around that age and over, of course. And there are special areas that persons can go. Now, this is happening at a time when the P jab, the Pfizer, has gotten its full approval from the FDA. What does that mean? Well, yeah, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, all right, they say that that move is expected to trigger a new wave of vaccine mandates as the Delta variant batters the country. All right, so I think it gives the authorities a little more muscle to impose mandates for the use of the vaccine, and of course as well give some people a little more level of comfort for those who were concerned that this was not FDA approved. All right, so right. Also, whoa, we running out of time, boy. We are hearing that the N95, a study, is finding that the N95 masks are more effective than the surgical cloth coverings masks that the surgical and the cloth covering masks that we usually use. All right. Now they're not saying that it is not effective, but they are talking in terms of the level of effectiveness. You can find it more in the N95 masks, as said before, than the surgical and so on. So if you wanted to know, and if you have the means of getting the N95 masks, then you can go ahead. I think I saw some 20, I think. You're getting 20 for about $77 on Amazon. Yeah, 20 of the N95 masks for about $77, something like that. Yeah, so for those of you who are wondering, you could tell somebody to bring it for you instead of telling them bring a sneaker for you or a Nike. You could probably get yourselves some N95s. Folks, I see that we are running out of time, and there's so many things that I want to tell you. We have the weather coming up. By the way, Grenada, still kind of like being affected by a tropical wave, but conditions are expected to improve a little bit. And we'll tell you more about that too when we come back from our break. Just letting you know that we've got coming up the national report, and of course we also have the weather coming up. So stay tuned, people. We are coming back. And for those of you wondering, yes, you can check out some of the stories that we will hear on the program. You can check it out on our website. That's MikeyLive.com. Also, we'd like to let you know that as a business, this Mikey Live is more than just this. Actually, the name of the business is Digital Media Solutions, and we I know that there are a lot of people who are now concerned about them being able to experience the parting of their loved ones via the funerals and so on. And so I just want you to know that we do funerals as well, coverage of funerals. So we show up with our team of persons and we do coverage of your funeral, whether you want it to be on Zoom or you want on Facebook, YouTube, or you just want us to privately record or just show it to a few people on Zoom or so, we'll be able to do that for you. All right. Or if you have weddings or any particular event that you want to have, but you cannot attend because of the restrictions, we'll be able to capture that for you in HD quality, as sharp as this program is, probably even sharper, HD quality recordings. We don't use phones and that kind of stuff, all right? High quality recordings of your funerals and high quality. Well, you guys see the level of product that we produce. So I just want you guys to let you know that now that I hear so many persons expressing concerns that because of the restrictions they would not be able to attend funerals, and sometimes they want a little closure. So let us help you to get that closure that you're looking for. All right, we can record, give you a copy, and you just name it. All right, so just thought I should tell you that. Let's take a break and we will come back shortly.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Let's get tough on breed your larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all the people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all the farmers, please don't steal produce from your brother. Then you're selling to traffickers, hotels and street vendors. Nah man, let's do all we can to stop radio larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report pre-deal larceny, call 300.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
After being locked down during the pandemic, get ready for summer with Rika. Live this summer with Rika's Summer in Every Drop promotion. Buy any Rika combo of 6 200ml, 4 330ml, or 3 1-liter Rika juices and get a chance to win. Win Apple AirPods, plunge pools, beach chairs with umbrellas, barbecue grill set, gamer set, and weekly pop-up giveaways. With Rika, there's summer in every drop. Promotion ends August 31st. Tickets available at all leading retailers island-wide. Rika, distributed by Superb Distributors Inc., Tempe, St. George's.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Welcome to Yogo. Most of you know us for our food delivery service and our food pass for free delivery from restaurants. But did you know you can also use us for grocery deliveries too? We've just added another 5,000 plus new items to Yogo's supermarket. And stay updated as we add more products and vendors. Yogo Services is our convenient skip the line offering. Let us pay your electric, water, and other utility bills for you. With us, you will be able to buy tickets, pay your rent, schedule bookings, and other services. Need a ride to get somewhere? Give Yogo Lyft a try. Select your pickup location and destination location and wait for our driver to collect you. Never have to worry about how you're gonna get to a place again. Please see website or app for our service locations. And sign up now.
This is a message from the Ministry of Health. If you or a family member suspect that you may have contracted COVID-19 and are displaying symptoms, please immediately self-isolate at home. This means that you must also avoid all contact with other members of your household. Do not visit hospitals or health centers, as this creates the potential for further spread of the virus, and it puts additional persons at risk when you come into contact with them. Your best course of action is to call the COVID-19 hotline at 458-4787 or 538-4787, or contact your nearest health center or medical station. Once your information has been received, health officials will come to you. Help prevent the spread of COVID-19. This has been a message from the Ministry of Health.
Prime Minister Mitchell makes another call for influential partners to collaborate in the COVID-19 fight. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Monday, August 23rd, I am Rikisha St. Louis. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell has made another call for influential and social partners to join in the fight against COVID-19. During a recent address to the nation, Dr. Mitchell underscored the importance of collaboration to prevent further spread of the virus. His call was made against the backdrop of a recent increase in positive cases on island, especially among individuals with no recent travel history. The number of cases reported by the Ministry of Health over the weekend was close to 40, with 30 of them being local. Dr. Mitchell reiterated that government alone cannot curb the situation and bring about the change that is needed without the assistance of social partners and members of the public. The collaborative effort, he said, would propel government's efforts to create an enabling environment to promote economic activity.
I must, at this point, sisters and brothers all, issue an appeal to our social partners and persons, all persons of influence in our society, to be more vocal in the fight against COVID-19. The government is doing its part. We are continuing to take the necessary measures to protect lives and safeguard livelihoods. We are continuing to ensure that public officers are paid in full and on time. We are continuing to create an enabling environment that promotes economic activity, but we need your help. We need all of you to stand with us as partners in this process. Your choice to lend your voice could mean the difference in whether or not we continue to wage a successful battle against this dreaded disease.
Dr. Mitchell also announced changes to the emergency powers regulations, which are now in effect until September 3rd. No business, establishment, office, host, or facilitate any party-like activity, including but not limited to bus tours, private parties, beach parties, and other forms of public entertainment. A curfew is also in effect for the same period from 9.
All approvals already granted for social events, including private parties, bus tours, and boat rides, within the next 2 weeks have been rescinded with immediate effect. Therefore, there should be no social gatherings, inclusive of weddings and funerals, with more than 20 persons present, and which do not comply with the stipulated protocols.
The Ministry of Health has implemented new regulations to reduce the risk of the spread of COVID-19 to visitors and patients at hospitals on island. The measures, according to the directors of both hospital and medical services, Dr. Carol McIntosh and Taisha Donald, are necessary due to the recent spike in positive cases and seek to decrease the number of persons who visit a patient on a daily basis. Dr. Donald, who spoke with host Kevin Frederick on the weekly Ministry of Health program, The Next Chapter, said only one person will be allowed to accompany a patient to the accident and emergency department, and only if necessary. Persons with flu-like symptoms are advised to call the nearest medical station to have a nurse visit them to conduct home tests and evaluation.
Persons coming to accident and emergency must come, once they're 18 and over, they need to come by themselves, except that they need assistance. So persons who are, with a disability or, challenged in some way that would need assistance, they are allowed to have one person with them. Persons 18 and under are allowed to have one person with them, right? Because of course, those are, the majority would be children and, the late teens. Mm-hmm. So you're allowed to have one person with you.
Dr. Donald said patients for the outpatient clinic must arrive no earlier than 15 minutes before the appointment time to prevent large gatherings on the compound.
Go back to the appointment system, right?
So that's through medical records?
Through medical records department. So persons will have to, medical records department will call persons, schedule them, and persons are expected to come to clinic 15 minutes before their time. Mm-hmm. So you cannot come to clinic. I know traditionally people come from like 6, 7 in the morning, try to be the first in line, but we will not be able to accommodate you right now. So we are recommending that for persons coming to clinic, take note of your time and come 15 minutes prior, because we're trying to decrease the number of persons in the outpatient clinic area at a given time.
No more than 6 visitors will be allowed on the wards at once. Director of Hospital Services, Dr. Carol McIntosh, said only one visitor will be allowed per patient. She also explained why children will not be allowed on the wards.
For children, unfortunately, children cannot be vaccinated. And unfortunately, children also are not wearing their masks. And it's not saying that they are the ones who are going to bring it in, but they are more likely, if there is something there, to have it be transmitted to them. And if they're in a household that is positive, they can possibly transmit. So we're trying to protect them as well as our staff and our visitors. And one key thing as well, we keep talking about PPE. Everyone is wearing a PPE. Your face mask is your PPE.
Correct.
So we all have PPEs in some type of grade. In addition, when you're coming in, this is where we ask our security, and our security are being as gentle and as kind as possible. As you come up, they will query, are you here to visit? So please do not come more than 20 minutes prior to the start of visitation hours, which are 11 to 12 and 3 to 5:30, because you will be asked to wait outside. You will not be able to come in and wait to go inside. And it's only one person per patient.
Continuing the news, the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development, Religious Affairs and Information hereby informs the public that the examinations unit will be closed from Tuesday, August 24th to Monday, August 30th to facilitate infrastructural repairs. The office is scheduled to reopen on Tuesday, August 31st based on pre-established plans. For urgent queries, officers of the unit can be reached at the following email addresses: dceoexams@moe.gov.gd or measurementunitgnd@gmail.com. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
This is a message from the Ministry of Health. If you or a family member suspect that you may have contracted COVID-19 and are displaying symptoms, please immediately self-isolate at home. This means that you must also avoid all contact with other members of your household. Do not visit hospitals or health centers, as this creates the potential for further spread of the virus, and it puts additional persons at risk when you come into contact with them. Your best course of action is to call the COVID-19 hotline at 458-4787 or 538-4787, or contact your nearest health center or medical station. Once your information has been received, health officials will come to you. Help prevent the spread of COVID-19. This has been a message from the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Health's vaccination campaign continues with the administration of Pfizer and AstraZeneca vaccines. Grenada began its vaccination campaign in February 2021. Months later, it has added another option, Pfizer, for citizens to protect themselves and family from the COVID-19. Health officials at medical stations island-wide are equipped and ready to administer either of the vaccines to Grenadians. Daily, the vaccines will be available through appointments at the medical centers, also at the National Stadium. On Tuesday, the campaign train moves to the ministerial complex from 9 a.m. to 12 noon and from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Willis Junction. Grenada currently has 222 totally confirmed cases, 39 of which are active. The recent increase in positive cases has sparked contact tracing efforts by the ministry to expeditiously curb the further spread of the virus. The ministry anticipates that as a result of the successes of the contact tracing thus far, this recent figure will increase by the end of the day. Finally, in the news, as Empower 2.0 comes to a close, the participants attached to NULO and are pursuing Level 2 CVQ held an exhibition on Thursday. It was held at Dana's Tasty Foods. More from the Division of Youth Development's Communications Officer, Eugenia Peters.
Government continues to address the skills gap through the provision of training opportunities for young people under the Division of Youth Development's programs and projects. One such key program is the Empower, which specifically targets unemployed young men from varying communities across the Tri-Island. The all-meal program provides an opportunity for young persons to receive life skills, numeracy skills, core development training, and direct skills training. Over the last 9 months, 20 participants underwent training in mixology in a bid to acquire CVQ Level 2 certification facilitated by the New Life organization NULO. NULO is a service provider under the program catering to the skills training component. Facilitator attached to NULO, Dana Hercules, following the completion of the training, applauded the emphasis placed on skills training.
skill is everything. And young people know sometimes not everybody that is academia, and learning a skill is important. And some people, they like hands-on training. Like, for example, when we, like we involved in housekeeping, electrical training, plumbing, and so people like to do things that they could see it's done. Like, for example, let's say the bar, you have a wedding, you want to 1 or 2 barmen, you easily call and say, okay, can I get 2 workers? At the end of the day, they go home with $1 to cover and meet the needs of the family. To me, that is important.
The training covered a number of areas.
Customer service, cultural diversification, we did. They know all about health and safety, how to deal with bad customers, good customer.
The soon-to-be mixologists said level 2 is not their final destination, as they seek to make best use of the stepping stone presented through the Empower program.
I feel awesome. I feel like I've achieved a very ambitious goal that I had from since I was young. This is just part of it. I don't expect it to end here. I don't want it to end here. In my opinion, I really want to move on to the highest level capable in mixology, which is level 10 as of now.
My goals are to receive the certificate, start working small, and as I start to develop, probably open my own bar, invest in other businesses.
I want to work and after open my own business and so, because I just like bartending and I like the opportunity to do so.
My plans now is to further my studies still, and try and reach to the highest level, like level 10. Then afterwards, we'll try to be the best mixology in Grenada.
Empower Supervisor Nick Yon Belgrave said, over the past couple months, the journey, quite challenging, in the end bore significant results.
The young men, although they have experienced some challenges along the way, of course, learning is never without challenge. Life isn't without challenge. And so, yeah, it stands to reason that through all the challenges, they have grown, they have shown some very interesting perspectives for their own future. And so I was compelled to learn something from them, to take something from them.
The young men will be presented with their certificates during an official virtual ceremony on September 9th, 2021. From the Division of Youth Development, I am Communications Officer Eugenia Peters.
Thank you, Eugenia. That story just ended the national report for Monday, August 23rd, recapping the top story. Prime Minister Mitchell makes another call for influential partners to collaborate in the fight against COVID-19. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
Well, thank you very much, Rikisha, and the rest of the GIS News team. And now we have to take a look at the weather. And for tonight, the weather is expected to be generally generally cloudy, with some widely scattered light to moderate showers, which may be heavy at times, and possible thunder. Okay, so let's take that again. Generally cloudy, with some widely scattered light to moderate showers, which may become heavy at times, and there's a possibility of thunder. Tonight's minimum temperature, 25 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough, waves 5 to 7 feet in open waters. Now a small craft advisory is in effect. And so that is our weather report for today. Let me big up a few people before we wrap him, Yeah, boy, I'll make me study program a little late tonight. I'll start by putting people on detention, Yeah, son, I have to start back putting people on detention. Anywho's, let me see some of the people on the program. Hey, Shireen and Kirin and Debbie. Also, we have Javar. Hello to you as well. Javar, what's happening? Never miss a program. Kimo, all right. Caselda, how are you? Shumin. Zaka, Rolanda, and Yvonne. Hey, Deborah, why is that one, bye? Why is that one? Blessings and love to you as well, Deborah. And Angel, thank you very much, Vintress. Anne, Frank, Celine, and Suzette. Suzette, why is it? Wagwan. Trevor Lynn. And who else? Allah, Mikey. I participated the best I can tonight. Hopefully I see Shara next to my name tomorrow. So some people are losing their status because they are losing their involvement. You know, they want to stay there and get quiet and want to multitask while the program on. You know, listen, listen. I know what some of all do me, you know. Yeah, I mean, they placing Mikey life down on a little thing in the kitchen and they all in the living room. Yeah, so that they have me forcing me voice. You know what I mean? So that they can hear me all the way they in the living room. I know what some of all do me. You know what I mean? I know all doesn't sorry for me. All right, I know. Anyway. Yeah, son. So when all you do that, Facebook does know. And Facebook will take back his status. You understand? Jennifer, hello. Claudette. How are you doing, Claudette? All right. Who else is with us? Raven. And Emma, Bermuda, hello, Denise, Ventress, Kirin, yes, Sharon, and all the rest, you know. Kirin, yes, I owe you. Send me the message now, so you already remind me. Miriam, so happy belated birthday to you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Well, since you missed the program because it was your birthday, I could expect in August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Expecting May. Anyway, lately that talk. So, big up to everybody who guilty and yeah, I know. Yeah, understand? I make all the out, you know. Yeah, I make all the Lynthia, how are you? Alright, yeah. Sometimes I just host. Sometimes when I finish the program, I host and I know why I say. See, the end of my host is because one of them or a few of them decide to put me in the living room and they go in the kitchen and they washing wares or all kind of thing and have me forcing my voice. Yeah, then. Alright. Now even go offer the boy a little water. Eddie Loris. Anyway, all take care of yourself, eh? The people on YouTube, thanks for watching as well. God bless you. Let's go. In 5, Mom and Lintana, hello to 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, ja. No. Take care of yourselves. May God richly bless you and the family until we meet again. God bless you, Vicky.